Tajikistan has experienced unprecedented downpours for this country. The precipitation exceeded the norm by 10 times. Landslides killed 21 people. Baktat, Radaki District, Murabad, Tajikabad and Varzab. Heavy rains have fallen in all mountainous regions of Tajikistan, including Dushan. The rainfall caused mudslides and rockfalls. Residents in the east of the country suffered the most. In the city of Baghdad, 17 people became victims of landslides. Dozens of houses were damaged, highways and bridges destroyed. With a monthly norm of precipitation of 2 millimeters, it fell, according to forecasters, 10 times more. At the 21st kilometer, 15 cars were sunk because of heavy rainfall. But the efforts of our rescuers and IRS employees prevented the tragedy, said Yamid Yusufi, head of the press center of the Committee for Emergency Situations and Civil Defense under the government of Tajikistan. 2 residents died in Radaki district and 2 more died in Varzab district. Rescuers in the south evacuated residents in time. President Emomali Rahman took personal control of the situation. The head of state expressed condolences to the families of the victims and instructed those responsible to provide the necessary assistance to the injured. The earth may again be covered by a global flood. This assumption was made by scientists after analyzing the situation. Everything is sinking. The Russian Far East, Asia. Now Europe. These are the first results of global warming. In a heated atmosphere, all processes are more intense. Powerful downpours, thunderstorms, hurricanes occur when 2 air masses warm and cold meet with a large temperature difference. The greater the contrast, the stronger the inclement weather. This week, Spain, Bulgaria, Greece and Turkey have been choked by them. At least 2 people have died due to heavy rains in Spain. The downpours hit the country on Monday night over northern and central areas. As a result of Hurricane Dana damaged power lines, flooded automobile tunnels. Water also rushed into the Madrid subway system. According to preliminary estimates, the damage from the elements exceeded 10 billion euros. Police continue to search for missing persons after the storm. They are looking for at least 3 people. More than 30 people suffered due to floods and waterlogging as a result of heavy rains in Istanbul. The 2 people who have died are a Turkish citizen and a foreigner. More than 1,700 residential houses and offices have been affected by the flooding. Heavy rains began in the metropolis on September 5 and led to the flooding of a number of areas. A month's worth of rain fell in a few hours. Dozens of students nearly drowned in the National Library in Istanbul. The water rushed in and the exits were blocked. Rescuers managed to evacuate people in time. The Bağ-Akşehir district was the hardest hit. In some streets, the water level rose so high that parked cars were swept away. Metro stations and tunnels leading to the airport were flooded. The downpours, as well as the hurricane, also hit neighboring Greece. The port city of Volos was hit hardest. Rivers overflowed their banks, flooding roads and hundreds of homes. In the mountainous region of Pelion, streams overflowed their banks and washed away cars, while rockfalls blocked roads. The weather destroyed a small bridge and left residents without electricity. 6 deaths are known, but the number of casualties is fluctuating. Bodies are being found under the rubble every day. The missing may have been carried away by the water currents. The most powerful volcanic eruption in recent times occurred in Kamchatka. The ash ejected from the Klyuchevskaya Sopka to a height of about 14 kilometers above sea level. The ash plume has already stretched for 1.5 thousand kilometers to the east and southeast. Lava and mud flows continue to descend from the slopes. One road is already blocked because of them. The aviation danger code has been changed to red. That means it's dangerous for airplanes to fly. Ash caught in the engine can lead to disaster. Local residents and tourists are asked not to approach the volcano. Klyuchevskaya Sopka, or Klyuchevskoy, is an active stratovolcano in the east of the Kamchatka Peninsula. It is the highest active volcano in Eurasia. It is approximately 7,000 years old. Elevation varies from 4,750 to 4,850 meters and higher above sea level. An earthquake with a magnitude of 5.2 has occurred off the coast of Kamchatka. In the waters of the Bering Sea registered an insensible seismic event at a depth of 62 kilometers. The magnitude of the seismic event amounted to 5.2, stated in the message of the press service of the management of the Ministry of Emergency Situations of Russia in the Kamchatka region. The epicenter of the tremors was located 116 kilometers northwest of the village of Nikolskoye in the Aleutian district. The tsunami threat was not announced. Earlier, the earthquake with magnitude 5.2 occurred in Tajikistan. The epicenter of the seismic event was located 621 kilometers from Almaty. In the west of Mexico, as a result of a landslide, 7 people were killed, 9 more are missing. The incident occurred in the municipality of Autlanda Navarro, located in the state of Jalisco. The cause of the landslide was the heavy rains that took place in the region on Monday. Dozens of houses were destroyed and several roads were blocked in the incident zone. Rescuers from other regions of Mexico are arriving at the scene of the incident in order to assist their colleagues in eliminating the consequences of the disaster and searching for missing people, writes the local edition of El Informador. Storm Siren has hit northwestern Europe. The number of victims of the deadly storm has increased to 6. According to the agency, the wind speed in places reaches 150 to 207 km/h. In the west of Europe, schools and airports are closed, as well as stopped rail traffic. A truck driver died when a tree fell on him in France, while a second fatality was reported in Le Havre. 15 people were also injured in France, including 7 firefighters. 1 person was seriously injured in the town of Roubaix in the north of the country. Falling trees also caused the death of a woman in the Spanish capital Madrid and another in the southern Netherlands. 2 people died in the Belgian city of Ghent, a 5-year-old child from Ukraine and a 64-year-old German woman. Both deaths occurred as a result of falling branches. In addition, 1.2 million French households were left without electricity. Wind speeds in the regions of the country reached 207 km/h, which led to 20-meter waves near the coast. Local authorities urged people to stay indoors. Forecasters predict the bad weather is already receding. The danger level has been reduced from red to orange. The State Meteorological Agency of Spain also announced the red level of danger, informed about waves up to 9 meters high.
Head up to the chemist.
U.S. Coast Guard personnel have recovered the wreckage of the Titan bathyscaphe that sank in the Atlantic. Safety engineers recovered and relocated the remaining Titan wreckage and evidence from the bottom of the North Atlantic Ocean, the report said. The agency noted that also from under the wreckage of Titan were recovered suspected human remains. It added that they sent the evidence to the port for cataloging and analysis. The Titan bathyscaphe began its dive to the Titanic passenger liner Titanic on June 18. Communication with them was soon cut off. And a few days later, rescuers found large wrecks of the bathyscaphe. According to the preliminary version, there was an explosion directed inside the underwater apparatus. Forest fire broke out in the north of Spain. A forest fire broke out in the north of Spain. Burned at least 450 hectares of forest. According to the local government, the fire has approached populated areas. The situation is complicated by weather conditions. Because of the wind, the fire is spreading faster. The causes of the fire have not yet been determined. There have been no reports of casualties or injuries.
Llamamos a 112.
Llama a ver. En Ocentejo está el incendio. Eso es de Ocentejo.